The passion for crowd management started when I was under training in National Police Academy. During our training days, we were exposed to Jagannath Puri Yatra. The whole batch of ours was sent there to study how crowd is managed. And there I saw a sea of people and how police was managing that whole crowd. So it started from there, and then we learned how to manage. There are different techniques which we learned in our indoor classes at National Police Academy. And later on, when passing out from National Police Academy, we went to district. So every now and then, we were part of crowd management as ASP, as DCP, as SP, and in different capacities. So it started because we actually have to manage, because crowd management is basically the task of police force, and this passion started with that only. And over a period of time, I had to manage Kumbh Melas, then I had to manage the Guru Gaddi at Nanded, and this is how it all started. And it is of course an essential skill, because we are hearing that stampedes can take place anywhere, or whenever there is a mass gathering, then there could be some chaos. So it is essential skill today, and we all, not only for police officers and also for general public, they must know how to react in a situation where crowd is more, or when there is a mob. Yeah, there are many times when we commit mistakes in crowd management, because crowd management is a complex thing. It is not only that you have to be there and you can control the crowd. It is actually a comprehensive aspect wherein you have to control people, their movement, and there has to be a proper streamlining of those people. There should be some escape routes, there should be some breathing space, and all the task holders should know that what they are supposed to do. Like police, they have to manage them and streamline them. The PW department or the other departments, they have to work in the direction of, say, creating temporary or permanent barricades. And every department has a different role to play in this. But the common mistakes which we see is that people generally overlook. Actually, to manage big crowds, you have to understand how many people would be coming, what's the geography of the area, how would they move, if there is a temple, how the route is to the temple, and they should be rehearsed properly. And once there is a rehearsal, then there should be briefing or the debriefing of the whole rehearsal. Once the debriefing is done, and we again then should rehearse, so that later on the whole group or the people who are engaged in managing the crowd would know. So there are many mistakes which we generally commit, that all these things, if we don't know how we have to work, and a person who has to control the crowd should also know what his duty would be. And like, for example, we are managing crowd in say in a particular area. So people from that area should also know that there will be massive crowd which would be coming, and how would they have to react. Because you see, the simple thing, they would have their vehicles, so where would they park their vehicles? And the people who are coming from outside, where would they park, and to what distance they can come, because the traffic or the vehicles cannot come close to the crowd. So all these things needs to be taken care of, and my course would help in understanding all these aspects. This would tell them and make them understand how important crowd management is, and we cannot take chance, because a small mistake in managing the crowd can lead to a chaos, and wherein a lot of people or few people can lose their lives, or there may be loss of property also. The course which I have designed would be beneficial for everybody, not only for the people who are organizing an event, or for the business owners, but also for all the stakeholders which would be involved in managing the crowd, like police department, department, irrigation department, or the event managers, or the big events like soccer game or Olympics, or what will you talk about? Managing crowd is an important aspect. Wherever people are gathering, this course will help them understand how to manage that crowd. So it is irrespective, or there cannot be one group for whom it will help, but it will help everybody, all the stakeholders and the people who would be going to attend any event. The most surprising thing which I have learned in crowd psychology is the herd mentality. You know, when we are in crowd, we don't follow rules. There's all chaos, and if a person is doing something, we generally follow him, or if there's a leader, we generally follow him, and the whole crowd just goes in one direction. And if there's anything happening, then there will be chaos. So this is the most surprising thing, that we lose control, and we don't think rationally, and that's the most important issue which I feel which surprises me whenever I've seen or planning to manage any crowd. The effective crowd management, though we don't realize, it enhances the level of that crowd, in the sense of that maybe I'll say the event. And you know, if everything is in place, people know how they have to behave, and everybody who is managing that also know how they have to react on for against any situation, then in such areas it will be a beautiful experience for everybody and would be a win-win situation for everyone. So beyond safety, it is basically when a crowd comes, they come there for a purpose. Say a crowd gathering to buy in a supermarket, or a crowd which is gathered to enjoy a soccer game, or they go there to have a good experience. And if everything is in place, there is a streamlined movement of people, and everybody is at their place. They enjoy the game, they enjoy the event. So that's the most important thing beyond safety. Well, I've seen many crowd management experiences, and not the others' experience. In fact, my own experience when I was conducting Kumbh Mela management in 2003, or in 2015, or in 2008 for Guru Tagaddi, wherein the crowd, there was a massive crowd. There were different places where people were staying, and under these circumstances, when crowd is huge, and their movement from the place where where the group is starting, like, you know, there were 10 akhadas in Trambakeshwar. When each akhada was given a particular time of movement, wherein they will start from their akhada and they will go to Kusharvat Kund. They will have their snan there, which they call royal bath, and from there they will come to Trambakeshwar temple. They will have the darshan in the temple, and from there they would return to their akhada. So there were 10 different akhadas who were passing through this whole process throughout the day. Everything passed off peacefully. There was not even a single incident, and this happened thrice, because there are 3 royal baths, so, or the snans. So in all these 3 snans on different days, where the crowd was huge, everything was managed very well, and this have been the real experiences which I underwent, which I saw, and which I managed with my whole team. They were the best. There are many takeaways for the students from this course. One is that, as I mentioned, they would get to know how the crowd behaves, or how an individual behaves in a crowd, and how crowd becomes a mob, or how they have to plan for executing any event. They would also know that even a rumor can create an issue, can create a chaos. So, managing the chaos, stopping the stampedes, or and making the whole event enjoyable, because it is all the experiences or the experience which matters. And with all these through this course, they would be able to understand how to create the scenario in such a way that everybody enjoys, the planners also and the users also. That would be the best thing, or the best takeaway for the students through this course. This course is a comprehensive course, and there are many practical tools which have been shared, or the templates which have been shared in this course, and they would help in managing the crowds, or the strategies which needs to be followed while managing the crowd. And because this course is based on my practical experiences as a police officer, as a as a person who has managed big crowds, or a PhD holder in crowd management. This has the practical examples. This has the experiences. This has the planning module, which can help all those who are undergoing or are in the process of managing big crowds or small crowds for that matter. Because at a small place also, when crowd becomes more, it becomes a problem. There is a threshold limit for a particular area wherein a particular number of people can be hosted. But if the number of people at that place goes beyond that limit, then there could be a chaos. This is what is being offered in this course. See, I understand that people are generally hesitant in taking the whole course, but my request would be they should undergo the whole course. Then they would be equipped and would be able to understand how small things matter in managing a crowd. A crowd can be small or a big crowd. I think people should not be hesitant in undergoing this course. Every one of us goes for movies, goes to see big festivals, or become part of big festivals, or big matches. So in those situations also, we must understand what would be our reaction if there is some issue, how we have to save ourselves when there's a mass number of people coming towards you. The idea is this course will be helping you to save yourself, and for those who wish to do it in a big way, they would understand the nitty-gritties of the whole crowd management process, and through this they will be able to manage big crowds. Well, as an expert or a person who has conducted 2 Kumbh Melas and Guru Gaddi and numerous crowd management or the crowd related bandobasts or management, I can tell you that the whole thing is changing. The major issue which I have been seeing in previous years is that we are generally not able to count the number of people who are coming to attend an event. That's one. Secondly, the technology is being used in a big way, like face recognition cameras. the CCTV cameras, and beyond this, the artificial intelligence is going to play a major role, because through this we will be able to count how many people have come there, if there is any criminal coming in that area, because if we have already database about the criminals, and that is fed in our system through FR or the face recognition cameras, we will be able to get a red flag that some person who has a dubious background or he is a criminal, we will be able to understand, know where he is. And through latest technology, we would also be able to know if there is any deviant behavior in the crowd. So all these things becomes important because they are potential trouble creators, and if we use the technology in a proper way, we will be able to know that what precautions we have to take to manage the crowd in a best possible way, so that it becomes a good experience for everybody. So technology is going to play an important role in addition to conventional means like the barricades. The barricades also can be smart barricades now. If a person is going through a barricade, and if we have the door frame metal detector, if a person is carrying any metal on his body, then we will have the sound in that DFMD, and this can help us, or the frisking instruments. All these would also help us stopping the criminals or the deviant behavior initiators in a crowd.